With the recent news of the President's executive order to declassify information related to the assassination of 3 key figures in American politics, we thought it would be appropriate to revisit these historical events. The Kennedy family loomed large over American politics, becoming a symbol of both power and resilience. They represented ambition, charisma, and a commitment to social justice, capturing the imagination of the public. Patriarch Joseph Kennedy Sr. instilled in his children a hunger for success, particularly in the realm of politics, driving them to achieve the level of greatness the Kennedy family is now known for. John F. Kennedy's presidency captivated the nation, embodying hope and a new frontier, promising a brighter future. However, tragedy seemed to follow the Kennedys, casting a long shadow over their triumphs and successes. The assassination of President John F. Kennedy in 1963 sent shockwaves through the world, marking a dark chapter in history. It left a nation reeling and grappling with a profound sense of loss, forever changing the American landscape. Robert F. Kennedy, serving as Attorney General at the time, was left devastated by his brother's murder, a loss that would haunt him. This event would deeply impact his worldview and fuel his own political aspirations, driving him to continue the family legacy. The Kennedys carried the weight of expectation and the burden of history, both inspiring and haunting them. Robert F. Kennedy, often referred to as RFK, was more than just a Kennedy brother. He was a dynamic force in American politics, known for his passionate advocacy and unwavering commitment to justice. He possessed a unique blend of political acumen and empathy for the disadvantaged, which set him apart from many of his contemporaries. As Attorney General, he challenged organized crime and championed civil rights. His relentless pursuit of justice made him a formidable figure in the legal and political arenas. His commitment to social justice resonated deeply with marginalized communities, earning him their trust and admiration. He was seen as a beacon of hope for many who felt voiceless. After John's assassination, RFK grappled with his grief while continuing to serve the nation. This period of mourning was also a time of reflection and renewed determination. In 1964, RFK made the pivotal decision to run for the U.S. Senate representing New York. This move marked a significant shift in his political journey. He won the election, embarking on a new chapter in his political career. His victory was a testament to his values and the widespread support he garnered. As senator, he continued his advocacy for low-income populations, minorities, and those affected by the Vietnam War. His efforts marked by a deep sense of responsibility and compassion. His voice carried moral weight, challenging the status quo and demanding a more just society. He was unafraid to speak out against injustice and inequality. His growing popularity and message of unity fueled speculation about a potential presidential run in 1968. Many saw him as the leader who could bring about the change America desperately needed. June 5th, 1968 began as a night of triumph for Robert F. Kennedy. The air was thick with anticipation and excitement as the results of the California Democratic primary came in. He had just won the crucial state, bringing him closer to securing the presidential nomination. It was a significant victory, one that many believed would propel him to the White House. Excitement and hope filled the air as RFK addressed his supporters at the Ambassador Hotel in Los Angeles. His words resonated with the crowd, who saw in him a beacon of change and progress. The atmosphere was electric, buzzing with the energy of a campaign gaining momentum. As supporters cheered and waved banners, their faces alight with optimism. As RFK made his way through the hotel kitchen, a chaotic scene unfolded. The narrow corridors were filled with people, all eager to catch a glimpse of the man who might be the next president. As Kennedy was shaking hands with Juan Romero, gunshots rang out, piercing the celebratory mood. The sound was sudden and shocking, cutting through the jubilant atmosphere like a knife. Chaos and panic ensued as people scrambled for safety, unsure of what was happening. The joyous celebration turned into a scene of terror and confusion. RFK lay wounded on the floor, surrounded by a growing pool of blood. The sight was heartbreaking, a sharp contrast to the hope and excitement that had filled the room just moments before. He had been shot multiple times. Sirhan, who witnesses saw with a .22 caliber handgun, was arrested at the scene. The motive behind the attack was unclear, adding to the sense of bewilderment and sorrow. The joyous occasion transformed into a nightmare, leaving a nation in shock and disbelief. The promise of a brighter future was abruptly shattered, casting a long shadow over the country. The official investigation into Robert F. Kennedy's assassination quickly concluded that Sirhan acted alone. Sirhan, who was seen shooting a gun into the crowd, was immediately apprehended at the scene. After a questionable investigation by LAPD, Sirhan's defense was left with few options, and ultimately he was found guilty and sentenced to life in prison, where he has continually been denied parole. However, inconsistencies in the forensic evidence, particularly concerning the murder weapon, raised questions about the lone gunman theory. The LAPD concluded that the bullets recovered from the victims matched Sirhan's gun. However, some experts argued that the number of shots fired exceeded the gun's capacity. Furthermore, witnesses claimed to have heard more shots than Sirhan could have fired, suggesting the presence of a second gunman. These are just a few discrepancies that continue to fuel suspicions of a conspiracy, casting doubt on the official narrative. The investigation of Robert F. Kennedy's assassination relied heavily on eyewitness accounts. However, numerous witnesses provided testimonies that contradicted the lone gunman theory. Some claimed to have seen Sirhan standing in a different location than the one from which the fatal shots were fired. Others described seeing a second gunman fleeing the scene. There are also some accounts of a lady in a polka-dot dress who was seen outside the hotel and was even heard by one witness saying, "We shot him, we shot him." These conflicting accounts raised serious questions about the thoroughness and impartiality of the investigation. Critics argued that the LAPD, eager to quickly close the case, disregarded or downplayed evidence that challenged their conclusions. The inconsistencies in eyewitness testimonies fueled public skepticism and provided fertile ground for conspiracy theories to take root. The assassination of Robert F. Kennedy spawned numerous conspiracy theories. Some implicated the CIA, suggesting that RFK's opposition to the Vietnam War and his criticism of the agency's covert operations made him a target. Others pointed to organized crime figures who had been targeted by RFK during his time as Attorney General. Sirhan himself claimed to have no memory of the shooting, further deepening the mystery. There are some that believe he was brainwashed or hypnotized, turning him into an unwitting assassin. The MKUltra experiments done by the CIA give some plausibility to that theory, causing just that much more intrigue. The lack of a clear motive and the numerous inconsistencies in the official narrative continue to fuel speculation and debate about what really happened that fateful night. RFK Jr. has spent his life dedicated to finding the truth behind his father's assassination. He has spent years researching the case, reviewing evidence, and interviewing witnesses. RFK Jr. firmly believes that his father was the victim of a conspiracy, and he has been vocal in his criticism of the official investigation. Kennedy Jr. met with Sirhan in prison and came away convinced that Sirhan was not solely responsible for the murder. He believes that a second gunman fired the fatal shots and that Sirhan was a patsy. In an interview he did with Vlad TV in 2024, he points to the Vietnam War and his father's opposition being a primary reason for his belief about the CIA having partial responsibility. His relentless pursuit of justice has brought renewed attention to the case and kept the hope for a definitive answer alive. Despite the passage of time, the assassination of Robert F. Kennedy remains a painful and unresolved chapter in American history. The unanswered questions surrounding the case continue to haunt the nation. The possibility that a conspiracy led to the death of a beloved political figure casts a long shadow over the pursuit of justice. The search for truth and accountability has been a long and arduous one. Many key figures involved in the case have passed away, taking their secrets with them. Hopefully, the new executive order will shed some light on these tragic events and provide closure to the families and loved ones of these three great American figures. However, the administration is going to take some time to review these documents before they are released, causing some doubt as to whether the American public will ever get to know the whole truth. Robert F. Kennedy's assassination robbed America of a leader who embodied hope and a commitment to social justice. His death marked a turning point in American history, extinguishing a beacon of hope during a turbulent era. Despite his untimely end, RFK's legacy continues to inspire generations of activists, politicians, and ordinary citizens. His words and actions continue to resonate, reminding us of the power of empathy, the importance of fighting for equality, and the need to create a more just and compassionate society. While the mystery surrounding his assassination may never be fully solved, his legacy serves as a reminder that the pursuit of justice and the dream of a better world are worth fighting for. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. We are going to be releasing more videos about Robert F. Kennedy, John F. Kennedy, and Martin Luther King Jr., and plan to follow the release of information as it develops. Stay tuned, and thanks for watching.